Hello, I'm Courtney. What's up and welcome to Book Talk. Today I'm going to be discussing Heartless by Marissa Meyer, and this is Marissa Meyer's newest book. It came out just a few weeks ago and I finished it last night, and oh my goodness gracious, this book was so good. Like, it took me 3 days to read because I just couldn't put it down because it was just so wonderful and amazing, and I loved every second of it. Like, oh, this book was great. It was fantastic. Like, Marissa Meyer don't write bad books, but this one was like, oh, it was really good. And if you don't know what it's about, it follows the Queen of Hearts, but it's kind of like the backstory of the Queen of Hearts before she becomes the evil and famous Queen of Hearts that we all know and love. That's in Alice in Wonderland. And so basically the Queen of Hearts' name is Catherine, and she is the daughter of a Marquis and a Marchioness, which pretty sure I'm pronouncing those words wrong. But everyone is saying that Catherine is going to get proposed from the king. And Catherine doesn't want that. She wants a bakery. And so everyone's at this royal ball and everyone's expecting the king to propose to her, and she doesn't want that. But she meets the Joker, which his name is Jess, and she can't help but like start falling in love with him, and they do, and a bunch of crazy stuff goes down. And even though she wants to be with this guy, she wants her bakery and everything, that's not what fate wants for her. And that's basically all I can say. That's all you should know. Like, I honestly didn't know much about this book going into it. I just knew it was like, you know, some Wonderland retelling, you know, it's about the Queen of Hearts, and there was a Joker. Like, that's all I knew. And that's all you need to know. So that's all I'm gonna say for non-spoilers. Overall, I love this book. It was great. Like, this was so good. And plus, look at this cover. Wait a minute. Look at this. Look at how beautiful that is. Like, guys, can I just recommend, please go buy yourself a hardcover copy of this. Like, do not get an ebook because you need this beautiful hardcover. And so, if you haven't read this book yet and you do not want to be spoiled, I would leave right now. So, bye, non-spoilerly people. Okay, so Heartless by Marissa Meyer. Where do we even begin? Like, this book had twists from left and right, and I was like, what even is happening? Like, it was so interesting to see Marissa Meyer's take on this story because, you know, I love Alice in Wonderland. That's what I grew up with. Like, I loved the cartoon. I loved the book. Like, Alice in Wonderland is great. And so it was really interesting to see how Marissa Meyer thought of like Catherine's background story. Like, that was just very interesting, and she did a really good job of world building and introducing the characters. I really like that. She's really good at world building. That's something I've realized from her books. She's really good at describing stuff. And so Catherine was very fun to read from. I really liked her, and I gained a lot of respect from her from this book because, you know, like, my childhood self hated the Queen of Hearts because she was super mean, but now I'm just like, I feel so bad for her because literally her life sucks. Like, all she wants is to be with Jess and get a bakery, but she gets none of those things. And the sad thing about this book is that since I know so much about Alice in Wonderland, I knew that this story wasn't going to end well, and I knew that Jess was going to die. Like, I wasn't spoiled for anything. But that was something I immediately knew. The moment I met Jess, I was like, oh no, this guy's probably gonna die. And then he did, even though as the book went along, it started feeling like, you know, maybe he wouldn't die and maybe she wouldn't become the Queen of Hearts. Especially when Jess made the point being like, oh, if like a girl makes it into enemy territory and survives, like she could become the queen in chess or something like that. I was like, maybe she's gonna become the queen, but just not the Queen of Hearts. And then I was really rooting for that. But then that didn't happen because, stupid Catherine. She went back to save her friend, which, you know, that was nice and heroic. Because if I were Catherine, I would have gone back to go save Mariette. But then, Catherine was literally me when she was like, yeah, you should have died. Yeah, I super regret this. Which I was like, oh, that's me, because, you know, I want to save my friends. I'm like Percy. Loyalty. I gotta go save my friends. But I was also like Catherine in this. Like, Catherine's literally me, and I love her. And I also love Jess. Jess was precious. And at first, I was like, don't know how to feel about you, because, like, jokers, I didn't know, but as the book went along, I was just like, oh, I love you. But then, the whole situation about how he and Raven came to the not the Queen of Hearts, to Hearts to go steal a Queen's heart, that was pretty interesting. Like, I just loved the plot that Marissa Meyer created in this book. It was just so interesting to read, and that was really interesting too. And I found it hilarious how, like, everyone wanted her heart. Like, Jess came to steal her heart, and then the three sisters wanted her heart. I was like, what is so great about this girl's heart? But in the end, the three sisters got it, which those three sisters were creeping me out. I was like, can you please leave? Like, who invited you here? And the whole Treacle well, did not trust that. Even though it healed Catherine, still didn't trust it. I was just like, no, I'm good. Please go. Nope. I didn't like it. And then, oh my gosh, Hatta, the Mad Hatter. You know, the Mad Hatter in Alice in Wonderland is all holly jolly and happy and loves to drink tea, but the Mad Hatter in this was completely different, and it was so interesting to see Marissa Meyer's take on him and how he played such an important part in the story, which also really surprised me too, because I was like, oh, he's obviously gonna be in this, because I mean, like, this is taking place in Wonderland. Like, if the Mad Hatter isn't here, then I'm leaving. But to see how big of a role he had in everything was like, and how basically, you know, everyone is to blame. Like, I blame everyone for what happened, but I mostly blame Hatta, which I hate because I love the Mad Hatter, but I really despise Hatta in this. Like, one moment I would be liking him, the next I would be hating him. We have a love-hate relationship. But how stupid Hatta brought stupid seeds from Jess and then just threw them in Peter's yard, like, you idiot. And then those pumpkins were like evil, and the poor wife ate one of the pumpkins and turned into the Jabberwock. Oh my gosh. Okay, when I literally freaked out when Catherine realized that the Jabberwock was the wife. Like, I never saw that coming, and that's something I love about Marissa Meyer's books. Like, you never know what's going to happen. That's why I never make crackpot theories videos for her books. I mean, I made one for this, but all my theories are wrong. But I can never make theories for her books because, like, she can do anything, and she just takes me by surprise every 5 seconds, and that, oh my gosh, it surprised me so much. And I was just like, what? The Jabberwock is the wife? What? I freaked out, and how it was Hatta's fault. I was just like, boy, you got to be kidding me right now. I could not believe it. He had such a big part, and I blame him the most. Like, if he didn't bring those stupid pumpkin seeds, then we probably, there would be no Jabberwock. Peter probably would be dead, and none of this probably would have happened. It all started because of him, but everyone is to blame at the same time. Like, I blame Catherine because she's the one who went back to save Marianne. Honestly, I wish she went through the looking glass like she should have, like Hatta said. Now, I was agreeing with Hatta then when he was like, no, don't go save her. Go through the looking glass with Jess and go to Chess. And I was like, do that. But then, she being a good person, she went to save Marianne, even though Marianne, she's now working for the White Rabbit, which, you know, if I were Catherine, yeah, I wouldn't have forgiven her, because Marianne, that little betrayer, told her parents about what happened when she and Jess went to the tea party, and I was just like, you two were gonna have a bakery, and now you're just backstabbing her. Like, no, when Catherine was like, oh, I heard the White Rabbit was seeking for employment. I was like, oh my gosh, Catherine, you savage. She becomes full out savage in the end, and I loved it so much because I love the Queen of Hearts. She's great. She is fantastic. And I just loved seeing Cat so angry. It was wonderful. And Oh my gosh. At the very end when Peter shows up and Catherine's like, finally I can have my vengeance, and the very last 4 words of the book is, off of his head, I was screaming. I was like, yes, yes, those are the 4 classic words right there. I love that line. I love it every time the Queen of Hearts says it, okay? Because it's just, there's something about it where I just get so excited when someone says it. Yeah, that probably sounds terrible, but whatever. But when she said it, I just imagined her screaming it, and I was like, here we have the Queen of Hearts we all know and love. Yes, I can now go die in peace. It was great, but still sad that Jess died. But honestly, when he died, I was like, oh, well, that happened, and I moved on. Like, yes, I was sad, but I was expecting it. That was the only problem. I knew he was gonna die, like, man, but when they were at the looking glass, though, I was like, he might not actually die. Like, they all might survive. But then, when they turned around, I was like, yeah, he's gonna die. But I didn't expect him to die from Peter. I was thinking it was gonna be Raven, because when he was like, oh yeah, Raven was an executioner for the White Queen back at Chess, I was like, well, it's gonna be this dude. And I really liked Raven, and I'm really glad he and Cass are like gonna stick together. But I thought it was gonna be him, and I was like, it can't be him because they're friends. But then Peter went, and Jess died, and the Jabberwock was dead. Everyone was dying, and I was just like, oh, there's so much death. And then Peter died, and I was like, yay, he's dead, finally. Because Peter was mean. He was rude. I was like, excuse me? The way he, like, grabbed Cass and talked to her, I was like, no. So rude. Like, that dude has no respect, and I did not like him at all. I was so happy when he died. I was just like, there we go. We can now go die in peace, because he's dead. Man, Catherine should have killed him, but the Raven did. But like, Catherine, I was so hoping she would just grab Dask and just chop his head off, because I was like, she deserves to do it. But I'm just glad he's dead. Honestly, man, the end of this book just had me like screaming all over the place, and I was like, this is just the best thing ever. And just, I love this book. This book was great, okay? And I think those are all my thoughts and feels. Overall, I loved it. It was fantastic. 10 out of 10 stars. And I am Courtney. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time with a new video up soon. So I will see you then. So, bye! Yo!